Hi, welcome back to techmuzza.in. Today I'm going to show you how to install and configure your WordPress in control panel. So we are going to install the WordPress. So the steps that I'm showing right now will help you to install your WordPress application in your cpanel, that is your control panel of your Linux server. The first step that we'll do is we'll download the WordPress. So all you have to do is you have to type download WordPress and go to the WordPress official website. On this website here, you could see download WordPress. That is the recent version they have upgraded. That is 3.8.1. So we're going to download the WordPress version, and in the meantime, when it is downloading, I'm going to log in into my control panel. So before you download the WordPress website and install it on your server, all you have to do is you have to buy a web hosting server from Linux. So you could either buy it from HostGator or you could buy it from GoDaddy. So we basically have a control panel, a server that is a reseller server hosting, and a cpanel available of one of our domain. So I'll try to log in into the domain right now using my control panel details. So I'm quickly going to my control panel. I would log in into my control panel now. Once I log in into my control panel, I would see the WordPress is already downloaded. So the WordPress is downloaded in my download directory. So I have WordPress 3.8.1 and it is a replica of that. It's because we have already installed the WordPress application. So I'm just quickly gonna put it on my desktop. Once I put it to the desktop, I'll go back again to my control panel. So there are two options: either you install your WordPress in your main root directory, or you install it on your subdomain. So we already have WordPress installed on our main domain name, so we would create a subdomain, and I'll show you the steps how to install it in your subdomain. And this is the same procedure that is used to install your WordPress application on your main domain. So I'll quickly create a subdomain. So I've created a subdomain called as demo. Okay, I'll go back to my control panel again. I would go back. Now, once you create a subdomain from your cpanel, you have to click on File Manager. Under the File Manager, you have to, in the pop-up directory of File Manager, you either have to select the main domain or to the subdomain that you have created. I log in into the subdomain. So this is the directory structure, the File Manager, where you are going to upload your WordPress. First of all, this is a demo directory wherein I would be uploading my WordPress files. If I want to install it on the main domain like techmuzzainfotech.com, then I would install it in the public_html directory. Why we are not installing it's because public_html, the root directory, already consists of a lot of files. So we would go to the demo directory and we would click on upload. I'll click on choose files, and I would be selecting the WordPress which is on my desktop. Okay, it is uploading right now in my cpanel. In the meantime, when it is uploading, I will have to create a database as well, so that during the installation it would ask me for the database details. So under my control panel, the cpanel, I would go to the database. It's my SQL database. I would click on my SQL database and I will create a demo data. This demo database I will use for my demo site that I'm going to create, the WordPress installation. And for the same I will create a demo user and I will quickly give a password. Once I create the user and the database, I will go back and I will create So once we are done uploading the WordPress, what are we going to do is we're going to click on back to home page. That is going to be back onto the cpanel. We see the WordPress file here. Now we click on WordPress and we extract the WordPress files. Once we extract the WordPress files, we have to go to click on go so that the cpanel gets refreshed. Then you have to go into the root directory of the WordPress. Here you can see all the files of the WordPress application. Now you just have to click on select all and move this to the demo folder, which would be our subdomain. Now when I click on move files, all the files get moved to the main directory of the demo. Okay, now what we have to do is as we have already created the database, now we just have to add the user to the database. It means we have to select demo user, that is the user, so we will select the demo user, and for the database we will select the demo data. So these are the access privileges that we have to set before we can begin the installation of the WordPress site. So when I check mark all privileges, I click on make changes. Alright, so now we have uploaded all the files in the root directory, as well as we have created a database. Now we are set to launch our installation. So the installation can be launched using the URL of the website, that is demo.mydomainname.com. So once we start the installation, we get the we get the on-screen installation procedure. It is asking us to create a configuration file. By clicking create a configuration file, it will proceed further for database name and username and password. As we had already created the database of the username password using the database, so we'll go quickly and we'll click let's go, and we would type the database. So the database that we had created was demo data. Similarly, we would input the user. Now once we are done with it, we'll just verify what exactly our database and the usernames were. Okay, the demo data and the demo user. So we are all set to submit the file. Okay, now it is asking us that we have input all the values correct. Now we just have to run the installation. Once you click on run the installation, it will ask you to create a site title. Let's give it as demo, and a username and password for your control panel, the WordPress control panel. Okay, there is a privacy allow search engines to index your site. I unchecked it. It's because I'm just providing you a demo for how to install WordPress on your control panel of Linux server. Alright, we are done with our installation. Now you can log in into your WordPress applications by typing the URL demo.techmozzainfotech.com wp-login.php. These particular URLs that you always have to use, where wp-login would be your login control panel for your WordPress, and when you input your uh, ID and the password that you created in your last screen, you just have to click on login and you log in into your control panel of your WordPress. So we are into the dashboard of WordPress, and similarly if you have to see the live URL of your website, then you just have to go to demo and or the dashboard or whatever the website name is, and click on visit site, and let's open it in a new tab so that we should not lose the control panel, and we should see the website as well. So this is your first website, and let's quickly go to all posts and update something and see whether it's working fine or not. So I'll go to post and I'll try to add a new post, and I will show you a demo how exactly the WordPress works after installation. So this is the demo data for my WordPress website on my cpanel of my server, web server. So I'm just quickly going to publish this, and I would refresh my website. Okay, so here's my first post, and everything works fine. So these were the steps which would help you to install your WordPress application on your control panel using a WordPress application. Thank you for watching my post. Have a great day. Bye bye.